We're starting a new year of trading. AgDay's Michelle Rook looks back on how we ended last year and what's ahead this week in Markets Now.
Welcome to Markets. I'm Michelle Rook with Kent Beadle with Paradigm Futures, and we are starting off a new year. Kent, let's talk about what we might see in the grains in terms of farmer selling.
Yeah, I think we're going to see some selling the first week of the new year. It's very typical for the U.S. farmer who hasn't deferred income to go out and sell some bushels that they may have not sold for tax purposes. So, we've had a couple good years of farm income, and so there's less selling that may have taken place, and some of that selling for cash flow purposes then will start to resume here the first of the year. That's pretty typical of any normal year. We tend to get some of that early on.
And in terms of the grains, what about portfolio rebalancing by some of these investment funds?
So in the index funds or the passive investment funds with pensions and the like, you have a tendency, the first few weeks of the new year to see a rebalancing of the portfolio. And grains were one of the poorer performing assets in that portfolio here this past year. So we really should see some net buying of corn, soybeans, and wheat against potentially some net selling of the stronger commodities.
And then we go into the January 12th report. Are we going to lean a little bearish going into that, you think?
I think most analysts are going to expect a small increase in yield in both corn and beans on that report, primarily because of the November report that saw yields rise slightly on that report. We were a long ways harvested by the time of the November report. There's not going to be a lot of new objective data for that report. I think we were in the 90% of plots that had been harvested by the enumerators. But there's a little bit left to go, and then of course some of that will also have to do with the farmer survey that may tighten that up just a little bit. But I think the trade will be looking for a slightly higher yield.
Thanks for joining us, Ken Vito with Paradigm Futures. We'll have more AgDay coming up.